What is up, Bearded Nation? Allek from Bearded Collectibles here, coming to you with our episode 11 podcast. I am with my co-host, Tony.
What's up?
And we are here to discuss the amazing weekend we just had, with the set 3 reveals, set 2 reveals. I jumped the gun there. That happened on Friday after a few things that happened in the group itself, and the championships that happened, and a few other things that were spoiled, per se, which we'll talk about that, in the entirety of this podcast. But one of the things we want to talk about, first off, is the set 2 red cards. Man, Tony, let me tell you, some of these set 2 red cards, they are interesting. Some of them I'm not a fan of. Some of them I'm really excited to play. I know you've talked about playing Vegito. Does that still stand?
I mean, I want to play Vegito because I always want to play Goku, and the new Goku they gave us is weird. But like after seeing all the previews, maybe not. Like, there's so many things that we can build that are just gonna be so fast. Vegito feels like it's cute at this point now, but I mean, I could be wrong. Of course, we haven't seen anything happen yet.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Some of the stuff it's not even out yet. It's not out yet because of, obviously, set 2 is not out yet. It comes out on November 3rd. If you pre-order from Bearded Collectibles, yes, you're getting your promos, your dash packs. Don't worry about those. I just need to figure out how to properly ship them. But that's something I'll deal with on the back end. But I just wanted to give you guys that little tidbit of information. The red cards, Vegito was spoiled at Gen Con, right? It was during the Saturday event. I was there. He looks cool, but I just feel like there's something missing. I don't know. I mean, it's so let's talk about this, and then we can dive down even further into Vegito, right? Vegito, he's a leader, permanent. Each Son Goku and Vegeta in all your areas gain red, blue, and green colors. When this card attacks, place up to one card from the top of your deck into the drop area. If that card is red, this card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. When at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip. And on the back is said again that Vegeta and Goku in all your areas gain blue, green, and red. When this card attacks, draw a card. If there are 10 or more total in your drop area, this card gains 5k power and double strike for the duration of the turn.
Yep.
This card, to me, I want to say overpowered, but I feel like there's something missing. Like, I guess I just need to get my hands on it and play with it, because how can I say this?
I mean, him being a 20k double strike is pretty massive on the attack. I do apologize for my cough. I'm still going to make it through this anyway. But he being a 20k double strike as leader is awesome. Milling is awesome. Having a color fix is awesome. But is that really like going to be enough to make him competitive?
Exactly, and I feel like he's a trap. I feel like everybody's gonna jump into the Vegito train, and then they're gonna. It's either gonna be one of two ways. One, he's gonna be an autopilot deck that's just continually gonna top, and then people are gonna already calling for banless and certain cards. That's kind of cute when we're only on set 2. Or he's gonna not be, I guess, played right. But I just feel like he's too good to be true. I mean, should I be wrong about that?
So to get the effect from his, maximize the effect, is you have to play a bunch of Gokus and Vegetas. For Goku, we have a 1 from set 1, Kind Saiyan. From 2, we have, I think it's Curious Saiyan, where he's a 10k draw card. And then from there, you have to play cards you're actually going to battle with. And you got to think that you got to play Gokus and Vegetas, but also keep them in your resource area and still have, your normal negates and whatever. Is it going to work out that way? Because you got to put Gokus and Vegetas in the backup. That's the whole point of the guy. But you also want to have 7 for your flip side. It seems like a whole lot going on that might not work out the way we want it to.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like it's a trap. I honestly feel like Vegito is a trap. Um, it's honestly not even. Next week we're gonna before the set two releases. I keep wanting to say set three. I need to remember set two. Before set two releases next week, we're gonna talk about our decks, what we want to build. Vegito's not even in my top four decks I want to build. I don't know about you, Tony, but I just like I said, I just feel like he's a trap.
I mean, I still want to build it because I love playing, multiple colors. And I was really excited about him when he was shown. So I still kind of want to at least try.
Fair, fair. I'll let you try, and then we can battle with Cooler. But like I said, we'll talk about that next week. The next card on the list is just a Sun Goku to fuel fodder for the Vegito. Activate battle once per turn. Place one card from your hand in the drop area. This card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. When you're at 4 or less, flip two cards or draw two cards and flip this card over. Same thing on the back. Place one card from your hand in the drop area. This card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. Activate battle when this card attacks. Draw a card. So he gets a free Sensu Bean. It's funny because I remember seeing this leak, and some people weren't happy about this one because they say that it's an instant Sensu Bean.
What was funny is a lot of people on some of the Facebook groups are saying this card's completely unplayable, which is weird because I don't think that's true. I think he's pretty good on a defensive deck because we see what Senzu Bean does to a turn where you're trying to smash into somebody with multiple attackers. Getting a 5k buff for the whole turn, it's pretty strong. And then if you still play Senzu Bean after, you can potentially 4 times in the game have a 10k boost for the whole turn and just knock out somebody's entire turn.
Exactly, and if you play a Goku deck that you draw constantly, or if you have a lot of effects that draw, I mean, a free Sensu Bean every turn, it sounds great to me. I mean, I could be mistaken.
It's not quite a Senzu Bean because you don't get the untap 2, which is a big deal. But you also don't pay one. So at the same time, I mean, it's pretty close to a free Senzu.
Exactly. And people, I was reading a few things. People were a little bit upset about this card, or said that it's going to be unplayable. I have a feeling you'll see this card around.
Yeah, it's going to be a control deck for sure. Especially with like Light of Hope Trunks. Isn't he on both players' turns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
But it's weird because he's red, which,
No, it says during your turn.
Oh, Light of Hope.
Not on both players' turns.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
That's why we check, and don't just keep talking.
Exactly. So, next one up, we got Bobbity. By the way, some people who got their packs from the store championships, there's already been reports about Bobbity having words written over each other. So it's a misprint. Don't freak out, guys. It's going to be fixed hopefully soon when more stuff gets printed. But it says auto. When you place this card in your leader area, choose one Majin Buu's sealed ball from your deck and place it in the battle area in active mode. Awaken when you're at 6 or less life. You may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. On the back, it says activate main once per turn. Choose one of your battle cards. It gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. Auto, once per turn, when your battle cards attack, draw 1 card and place up to 1 card from the top of your deck under the Majin Buu's sealed ball. So, a few things to know with this guy, right? We're going to talk about the Majin Buu's sealed ball next. We're going to have to jump around like we did with the last week's episode. But the simple fact that he's able to grant somebody 5k power, I mean, it's the whole Majin thing, grant them, kind of unlock their potential. I think that's nice because he can, 5k power boost. I mean, who doesn't like that? You can hold that as a reserve. Now, there's going to be a lot of things where I feel like this set, I know we're getting tokens for a few other things, but people are going to probably have to start keeping track of all these once per turn effects. Because I feel like there's too many, or there's a lot of them recently coming out, right?
Yeah, you're right. There should be some kind of like I don't know. I feel like losing games because I already used this, and now your opponent's saying that they didn't. It's just gonna get rough.
Exactly, exactly. So he has kind of the same effect per se as the Bender Cooler when he's able to pull the thing out at the beginning of the start of the game, right? And he can build off of that. So, do you want to say anything else about Bobby before we jump into the Seal Ball?
It's really sad that he is still a 10K when he flips.
Yep, yep. And he cannot give his boost to himself. It has to be a battle card.
Yep.
So let's go down to the sealed ball. Where is this thing? Come on. Here we go. Majin Buu Seal Ball. Auto once per turn when the number of cards under this card reaches 5 or higher, place this card in a drop area, then choose up to one Majin Buu revived from your deck and play it, then shuffle your deck. It's a 10 energy cost, mandatory 1 red. So it's cute because you're essentially paying 5 to pull out a Majin Buu revive from your deck onto the field. And honestly, you wouldn't play more than one of this card, right, Tony? Because that means it's a 10 drop.
I wouldn't play this card at all because we also talk about the Majin Buu, who has no value if you draw him.
Yes. Well, I mean, we're gonna get to that one, but with the sealed ball though, like it's a 10 drop. You're essentially playing 5 because you have to top deck a card and put it under this sealed ball for it to awaken per se. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed on the whole Bobbity Majin Buu interaction. I feel like it should have been different. Different how? I'm not sure, but I just feel like I feel like it was a miss, right? Because like you said, Tony, you wouldn't even play this card, which insinuating, I guess you wouldn't even play Bobbity as a leader.
To me, it's far too risky to always be a 10K to start with. Then if, I don't know, I guess you get the ball before you put your life out, but if you draw the Majin Buu, like then what? Because the ball searches from your deck.
Yep.
And the Buu sucks.
Exactly.
That's 10 for a 20K. That only has a trigger if you play him with the ball.
Yep.
It's just
so
like this is a card that we can say is bad.
Unplayable.
That's where I'm at. We can move on. We don't have to talk about the ball. We'll just like skim over when we get to it.
Yep. So the next one, Relentless Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Double Strike, permanent. This card cannot be KO'd by your opponent's skills. Auto, when you play this card until the beginning of your next turn, this card gains 5k power. He's a 20k. He's a 4-drop, 3 mandatory red. This card is strong, right? If you're playing like a mono red deck, I mean, we've talked about it in the past, right? Anytime you go into 3 mandatory of a specific color, we kind of suggest you should play a mono, because I mean, I feel like set 2 is speeding up the game, so they're trying to make it best of 3 to an extent. But this card is strong because until your next turn, when you play this card, he's a 25k. So that means it goes into your opponent's turn, and then it comes back to your turn, and then he just back down to a 20.
We'll also consider to be really good in the Goku Vegeta deck, because this card, triple red, is nothing.
Exactly.
And then 4 for a 20k is already good. But he has double strike, and he comes out as a 25 on the first turn.
Yeah, this is definitely like you're trying to end the game.
Yes.
So the next card down the list, Super Saiyan Son Goku is just a vanilla card. It's just honestly made there for fodder for possibly for Vegito. Again, recommendation is that if you have any vanilla cards in your deck, you shouldn't. Not a fan of vanilla cards. Every card in your deck should do something.
What I think is funny is that this card is Super Saiyan Goku for 2, and the exact same card is green, and he's not Super Saiyan. Like a 2 costs 15k.
Yep. So next one, we got Fully Trained Son Gohan. He's a 2-drop, 1 mandatory red. He's actually a Son Gohan Adolescence. Permanent, each Son Gohan Adolescence in your hand gains Evolve. Pay 2 mandatory red, 1 of any color, so 3 total. And play this card on top of the specified card. So you can evolve him?
No, every card in your hand, you can evolve over him. Which is funny because he's fully trained, but now you're evolving.
So he's not really fully trained.
Not even a little bit.
But he's a common. So the next one up, we have Leap.
Because
Oh, go ahead.
he's a 2 that next turn on 3, you can play like the 6-cost Gohan, or it has to be Adolescence. So right now we don't have a lot of options, but specifically the 6-cost Gohan that we'll talk about in a minute.
Yep. Leap to Future Son Goten is our next card. 3-drop, 1 mandatory red. He's a 15k. Activate main. Place this card and 1 other card from your hand in a drop area. Choose up to 1 Gotenks with 25k or less. Power from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, this is something we haven't seen before, right? The whole, if there's, you pretty much discarding 2 cards, right, from your hand to go search something from your deck. And now we're actually talking about Gotenks.
Well, hold on. Because activate main, I'm pretty sure is like place this card because it's in play, and then 1 other card from your hand. I don't know if you can activate this from your hand. I think you have to play this card and then discard and him to search.
No, you're right. You're right. Place this card and 1 other card from your hand. Place this card. So yeah, so it has to be in play and 1 other card. So it can be anything. And then you can just go get a free 10k boost pretty much. So
yeah, I don't think this is very good. I feel like it was put in there just to like humor the people that want Gotenks. But it's cool because the other Gotenks cards are good. You don't need this tutor anyway.
Yep. Ultimate Evil Dark Prince Vegeta. Some people pulled this over the weekend. 4-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 25k double strike auto. When this card KOs your opponent's battle card, place cards from the top of your deck under Majin Buu's sealed ball until there are 5 cards under the ball. This card was made for a Babidi deck. Not a fan of it.
Well, so hold on. Before you're not a fan of it, let's just erase the auto effect, right? It's still a 25 double strike for 4.
I know, but I mean, it's
named Vegeta. Like it's still playable, but it's really like, is this a rare? This shouldn't be a rare.
Fair, but like I still feel like...
Oh, we got to put a Majin Vegeta in somehow. Here we go.
Exactly. And, this will definitely go into a Vegito deck if you need something else, per se, but I'm just not a fan of the whole Babidi system.
No, me either.
And I feel like this is...
But his stats versus cost, he's still worth looking at, I guess, is the word I want to use.
The next one is the Double Shot Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. He's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory red, 15k. At the end of battle, after you combo with this card from your hand, if your leader card is red, play this card in rest mode. So I will say this, and I'll say it time and time again. Jacko's coming back, because if my opponent plays this card, I'm gonna combo with Jacko and I'm gonna bounce it back up. I don't want this card in play.
So what's cute about this is that it's red and named Vegeta, and Vegito is red. That's my whole comment on that guy.
Yeah. Any of these cards, especially if that TN hits the field in green, I'm telling you, blue-green. But we'll talk about it next week.
I still think blue-green's going to be fantastic.
Yep. Leap to the Future Trunks. He's a 3-drop, one mandatory red, 15k. Activate main, place this card and 1 other card from your hand in the drop area. Choose up to 1 Gotenks with 25k or less from the deck and add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck.
This is just the same as Goten. Like, whatever. Move on.
Yep. Exactly the same. Lightning Speed Vegito. He's a 5-drop, 1 mandatory red, 20k. Union Patara for 3. Son Goku and Vegeta. Place this card in active mode. on top of the two specified cards stacked together. Permanent, this card can attack battle cards that are in active mode. Auto, at the end of the battle after the card attacks, place 10 cards from the top of your deck in your drop area. Then choose up to one Vegito with 25k power from the drop area and evolve into it by placing it on top of this card in active mode. A few things with this card, right? I think it's cute because you can attack with Son Goku, which whatever Goku you have on the field, you try to get that through. Attack with the Vegeta, try to get that through. Potara, and now you got a third attacker to try to go through.
Well, that's going to be with all of the Absorb and... Well, I think the Absorb too. All the Union Patoras are going to be like that.
But how do you feel about at the end of battle, place 10 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area?
So here's my problem with that. The effect isn't bad. The effect is bad when you whiff. Because then you're doing it again next turn.
Yes, and that'll be 20 cards off the top of your deck.
And one thing that's cool though is you turn one Kind Saiyan, turn two, play the Vegeta that we just talked about that cheats in from your hand, and then on 3 you can evolve into this after attacking with both, and then hopefully hit the 25k Vegito. But that's like ideal situation. You have to draw a Boom Boom, and you have to survive.
Exactly, exactly. Wait, actually. How big is... Nope, never mind. Ghost Attack Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. 5 drop, 3 mandatory red. He's a 20k. He has Evolve for 4, 2 mandatory red. Permanent. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, discard, and all of your ghost tokens gain double strike. Auto, when you play this card, play 3 ghost tokens. Ghost tokens have 15k in power. This, I feel like, was, going back to what you said, Tony, it was made to make the Gotenks players or people who like Gotenks happy. Having 4 cards or less in your hand, it's kind of risky.
It is and it isn't, because you also got to think, you just played 4 attackers that are totally relevant.
Yes. So until it gets ruled, to me, a token doesn't have a cost. So therefore, I believe it shouldn't be able to be blown up by like a Bardock or stuff like that, because if there's no cost associated, it's not cost 0.
Well, in Magic it would be cost 0, but this isn't Magic, so
exactly. So I guess I just there's people who are on both sides of the fence on that, because if that's the case, then Bardock is going to go up whichever one, Bardock and whoever else is like that.
Well, it's going to make this actually like almost unplayable because, like, for one thing, I think with the Vegito deck, whatever Rage Goku from set 1 is going to see more play. And if I can blow up all your tokens and then do whatever else I want with the 6 cost, that's going to be rough. It's going to be real
exactly
rough. Why would I play this? And until you just said that thing about the cost, I was really like, I'm going to build Gotenks because it's going to be super fun and I love token decks and other games. But now I'm like... And then just auto lose to Bardock and Rage Goku. That sounds less fun.
We just have to wait to see what the ruling is with Bandai. Whenever they come out and say tokens don't have a cost associated with them, or if they say tokens are 0 cost, it's game over. So we just gotta wait for that.
Yep, that's where we're at with that. Plus, this Gotenks looks sick.
He really does. Rares, yeah. So at least he's gonna come in foil. Prodigy Fusion Super Saiyan Gotenks. He's a 4-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 15k. Union Fusion, 1 red mandatory, 1 other color. Son Goten and Trunks Youth. Place one each of the specified card in the same power in a drop area and play this card. Oh. Dual attack once per turn when this card attacks, switch this card to active mode after the battle.
He gets cut from the list. If you don't play him for Union Fusion, he's like 15k for 4 with dual attack, I guess. But I guess you can play him to evolve the 5 cost, but not really. I don't like it.
I'm with you on that. I'm not Not sold on this one.
Actually, it's pretty cool if you have promo Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, because 20k dual attack is okay. I'm okay with that.
Yes. Here's the next one. Mighty Mask, the Mysterious Warrior. By the way, for those of you who listen to the podcast and play Dokkan, I don't feel like he should have been an LR, but neither here nor there. 2-drop, 1 mandatory red. He's a 10k. Activate main. Play this card in the drop area. Choose up to 1 Sun Goten and 1 Trunks Youth with 15k or less from your deck. Add them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck.
Also bad.
I mean, it's a searcher. Sure.
I guess they can search for the Goten that breaks 3 costs, but still, I don't think it's very good.
Next up, we got the champ, Hercule, Boo's assistant.
This card's good. Card's real good.
He's a 1-drop, 1 red mandatory. Auto. He's a 5k auto. When you play this card, look at the top. Look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 red Majin Buu among them. Add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So, pretty much like a Broly or a Goku Searcher, but just for red. But you can't really evolve it. So.
Yeah, that's the downside of this one. You can't evolve over him. At least yet.
Yeah. Next up, we got Videl, Gohan's partner. 2-drop, 2 red mandatory. She's a 5k. Blocker. If Son Gohan Adolescence is in your battle area or leader area, you may play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. Cute. I mean, I like where they're doing this set with those interactions. Like if they have a trait that they share among them, I guess. Like one tries like a family member or something like that. Like if they're together per se, stuff like this is happening. I kind of like seeing this. I like seeing these weird interactions, or not weird, like more like I want to say common sense, because obviously Videl, if you watch the anime, she's a strong character, and I hate what they've done with her.
Yep, me too.
I loved it. I loved it when she was, when she met the Gohan, and she was so strong, and they just pretty much ran her off to the point where I feel like she's gonna go the route of launch, but she can't because she's married to Gohan. So.
Yep.
Foreseen East Supreme Kai. He's a 2-drop, 1 mandatory red. He's a 10k, and also a god for those god decks. Blocker. That's all he has.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. This is a... Yeah. Kibito. He's a 2-drop, 1 mandatory red, 15k, and he's a vanilla, but he's also a god.
Meh. Moving on.
Sensei Okai. He's a 1-drop for the red. He's also a god. He's a 5k auto at the beginning of your main phase. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 Miraculous Comeback Ultimate Gohan among them and add it to your hand. Then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. If you see the picture, and if you saw the spoils that happened, you know which Gohan you want to get with this card.
We only have one option. It has to be Miraculous Comeback.
Well, I mean, true. I just thought it was funny that the actual picture, if you look at the ball, it's actually the same picture as on the card.
Yeah, I mean, that's cute, I guess.
Next up, we have Mind Controlling Bobbity. He's a 6-drop, 2 red mandatory for a 10k. Also, to combo with this card, you have to pay 1 for 10k. When you play this card, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 red battle cards among them with 25k or less power other than Evil Wizard Bobbity and play them. Then shuffle your deck.
This card's nuts.
Yes. It's if you think about he's a 10k, he's a 6-drop for 10k, you're looking at that the wrong way. That's why I was kind of trying to harp on that first. The simple fact that you're able to essentially pay 3, right, for each of these 25ks for them to come out, if you think about it that way, That's ridiculous.
People are talking about hitting Vados with him and just going all in.
Oh, jeez. Yes. Yeah, I mean that's that. You could do that.
You can hit double Vados, and each Vados can hit 2 aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's living
I
the
mean,
dream, of course, but you know.
I mean, red and magic is speed, right? They
Yeah,
want to come in quick and come in fast.
that's what she said. Next card.
Deborah, the wizard's right hand. He's a 3-drop, 3 mandatory red, 20k. Permanent. If this card is in rest mode, the opponent cannot attack evil wizard Bobbity.
So what's cute about this? Somebody said it on the Facebook group. It's if you have him and 2 Tagomas out, they can't win if they don't get a removal spell. Because Tagoma says your other guys can't be attacked, so you have 2 Tagomas covering each other, and that protects Deborah, and then Deborah protects your leader.
Yeah,
But that's
it could
also
be a thing.
bad because it's never gonna happen consistently. And then like if it
Well, I
does
mean,
go to game 3, game 2 will be it won't work anymore because they're just gonna be like, well, gotta save my removal for Tagoma.
exactly. But I mean, he could still be blown up by Go Tanks, by Bardock.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to use a removal spell because they can't attack him or your leader. So if they don't draw one, they're just like pass.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting to see his Bobbity decks come around.
I don't think there's gonna be too many. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's gonna be too many.
We'll see. Next card up, Attendant Spopovich and Yamu. 2-drop, 2 mandatory red. Auto, when this card attacks, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck under Majin Buu's Seal Ball. 15k, meh.
Yeah, man. Moving on.
Prodigy Absorption Majin Buu. He's a 6-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 25k. Evolve for 5, 3 mandatory red. Go Tanks. So you can evolve it on the Go Tanks. Double Strike. And permanent. If Go Tanks is under this card, and if there are no cards in your opponent's combo area, this card cannot be KO'd.
So it's almost what you call it, indestructible, but not quite. It's whatever though.
Yeah, I mean it's. Well, I mean, I feel like there's something with this card. I mean, you're able to pull him out without paying his cost, right? Or am I mistaken?
What do you mean without paying his cost?
I'm pretty sure that there's a card that.
Oh, it's the next Boo that makes him relevant, but you would just play Buuhan instead.
Oh yeah, Bobbity, the mic controlling Bobbity. You can pull it out with him.
Sure, but then you won't have the Go Tanks effect.
True. So, Awakening Evil Majin Buu. He's a 5-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 25k. Evolve for 2 onto a red Majin Buu. Union Absorb. Place 1 battle card from your hand under this card. Choose up to 1 Majin Buu other than Awakening Evil Majin Buu with 25k power or more from your deck and place on top of this card. Shuffle your deck afterwards.
This card.
Yeah. I mean,
So what this card is going to do is on your turn 5, you're going to play him. You're going to Union Absorb to search for the first super rare of the set, which is the Majin Buu we saw. And then by placing a battle card underneath, it'll be the new Gohan, the super rare Gohan. So your card's going to say double strike, dual attack, can attack active battle cards. When it KOs a battle card, do 2 damage. That's what he's going to do.
it's going to be fun times with the Buu stuff.
Yeah. And he tutors for the Buu. So by turn 5, you have to draw this guy and Gohan. which you play the Kai, I guess, to fill in to try to get the Gohan.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, we have Majin Buu Revived. He's a 10 drop, 4 mandatory red, double strike, auto. When you play this card with the skill of Majin Buu Seal Ball, inflict 1 damage to your opponent's life. So, essentially on turn 5, I guess, you can call him out.
Unplayable. This card's like, if you draw it, you have to pay 10. It doesn't have enter effect. It's a 20k double strike for 10 mana.
I mean, let's be fair. Like, if you're building a Majin Buu's deck, I'm pretty sure there's probably a 1 of. If you do a 2 of and you draw into him, he's straight up going for energy.
Right, but on that same note, you can't play 2 of. You have to consistently make sure that it's going to happen every game. So you play 4, and if you draw 1, you have to energy him. Because you got to consider, if you crack your ball and he's in your life area, cool. What did I just do? If you draw your 1, like, what did I just do? You have to play 4, which makes the deck even worse.
Next card up, Potara, the Kai Secret. Activate main. Choose 1 each of Son Goku and Vegeta from your hand and place it in the drop area. Choose your deck or drop area. Choose up to 1 Vegeta with an energy cost 6 or less from your chosen area and play it. If you choose your deck, shuffle your card. So, they have to come from the hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one specifically
says
says from your hand, which kind of makes that Goten make even, like, there's no way it comes from your hand on the Goten and Trunks.
You're right. But it's a 4 drop, or the cost is 4, but there's no color restrictions, so.
Which I thought was cute. I haven't seen any cards like that. Like, it's a red card, but it doesn't cost red mana.
Yep.
And then 6 or less, we can get the 5 cost one that we looked at. Was there a 6 cost one?
I'll have to double check and go back through. Actually, I'm sure I can search by Vegito.
No, because there's not one showing here. It'd be one of the other spoilers. He would have to be like a super rare or something.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm searching instead of using knowledge, because there's certain things I know that I don't want for it to come out. So I don't know off the top of my head what has been shown and what hasn't.
Just so everybody knows, I don't know what spoilers he's talking about. I haven't seen this stuff. He's got information I don't even have.
Yep, that's the way that works. The beard is a curse, but a privilege at the same time.
You bitch.
Next one up, Piccolo's Help. He's a 3 drop, 2 mandatory red. Activate main. If you have only 3 or less cards other than this card in your hand, choose 1 Gotenks with 15k or less power from your drop area and play it.
So the 2 targets for this are the new 4 cost one, that's whatever, and the 3 cost green one from last set. Which I guess if you're going all in on the Gotenks is not bad, because you can do this and then evolve into the 5 cost and it won't be that bad. Yeah, and well, that's awful. Why would you do that?
I mean, honestly, it's the first card we've seen, right? Or correct me if I'm wrong, that brings cards from the drop area back into play.
I mean, besides to play, yeah, because Trunks lets you get it to your hand.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not the other I guess deck I'm not a fan of right now is the Gotenks deck with what is shown in set 2. I don't know. I'm just gonna hold my reserve until I actually have cards in my hand to play. But the last card we're going to talk about is the Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack. Cost 2, 1 red mandatory, activate main. If Gotenks is in your leader area or battle area, play 2 ghost tokens. Ghost tokens at 15k power. Again, this goes back to what we talked earlier. Bandai needs to rule, are ghost tokens 0 cost, or do they not have a cost associated with them? We're waiting for that to come out. Until then, it's up in the air, guys.
Yeah, this card is really cool. And then we're talking about a couple more cards because we have the other leaders to talk about still.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so going back to this though, you're pretty much essentially playing 1 per 15k attacker, which is
and if it's late game, you might have the other guy that gives him double strike. So sure, why not?
Exactly. Exactly. So let's see here. What do we talk about first? Let's talk about
Well, let's talk
the.
about Gotenks because we just talked about this Kamikaze Ghost.
Okay, fair. Well, I mean, well that's in the third segment. So hold on. Let's talk about some of these. Did we talk about the promos that were shown last week?
I don't know which promos because this is a lot of stuff.
I know there's been a lot of stuff that's been leaked, like the leap to victory, Dark Prince Vegeta. I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about this
I
one.
want to say no because I don't even know what that card is right now.
So yeah, us talk about some of these
You want to
promos
send me
that.
that before you start talking about it?
I mean, it's you here. I'll send you the link. It's on the site.
Oh, it's not really a leak if it's on the site.
Well, I mean, it's what is shown, right? Because it's a new promos for set two. This is where we have the. Let's see here. Which one's this one? So the special pack is going to contain the Almighty Being Fused Samasu. He's a 4-drop, 2 blue mandatory. He's a 20k. He's a god. Union Patora. Pay 2. Goku Black and Samasu. Place this card in active mode and on top of the 2 specified cards stacked together. Auto, when you play this card, if your leader card is Samasu, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of their deck.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't like that card
Because you gotta
that
be
you have on the
Zamasu.
field and put it on the bottom of your deck.
Your leader has
So
to
like
be
it,
Zamasu.
I get that, but I mean, so
That's it. Your leader has to be Zamasu.
I get that, but I'm gonna try. Even though I said the leader card Samasu is hot garbage, I'm probably still gonna try it. Like I'm the Goku Black arc is my favorite arc. I'm still gonna give it a shot. It's gonna be a fun deck. I'm gonna include this card in that deck because if you have a card that you spend so much resources, so much time to evolve, wouldn't it be cute if I don't know made that card disappeared? And the cool thing is, so Tony, I don't know if this has been answered, but if you do like a Union Potaro with like a Vegito, right? Like the one that the 5-drop, that one that puts 10 cards in the bottom of your deck. If I send that one to the bottom of your deck, only the top card goes and the rest goes in a discard, right? Or
That's pretty
all
much
3 cards.
Well, here it says it. Stat cards are placed in the drop area.
Oh yeah, never mind. It says it on the card. So that's pretty awesome. So, but again, you're going back to the whole you have to play some Masu thing. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying it's cute. So next one up, we have Leap to Victory Dark Prince Vegeta. He's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 15k permanent. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, this card gains double strike. When this card attacks, you may place 1 card from your hand in a drop area. If you do, this card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. Another card that we've seen that has like an included Senzu Bean effect. It's alright.
What this one's really for is so that you can combo for free instead of for 1. Because he's a battle card, and only when he's attacking. You can't do it on the defense like with Goku.
Exactly.
But he's okay. This is the kind of promo that I want to see, that it's not going to be like game breaking. I mean, I'd rather just see alt arts, but that's for another time.
Yep. As many as you know, if you tuned in since day one, we are not a fan of the promo system. We prefer alt arts, but neither here nor there. I'm excited about another hit that's not a vanilla. Hit, 3-drop, 2 mandatory red. He's a 15k. At the beginning of your opponent's main phase, you may place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. If you do, this card cannot be KO'd by your opponent's card skills or battle and does not leave the battle area for the duration of the turn. So it pretty much is making it indestructible for you to set up to evolve, at the 6 when you go up to 6 for the 2 auto damage. It's not the hit I would have wanted, but I'll take another hit.
All he's for is to set up so you can evolve into the 2 damage.
Yep. Next one up, we have is Bursting Energy Super Saiyan Vegito. He's a 6-drop, 3 mandatory blue, He's a 25k. He has Union Potara for 4, 2 mandatory blues, and then 2 of any other color. Son Goku Vegeta. Places card in active mode on the top of the 2 cards. Double strike. And you also have activate main once per turn. Place 1 card in your life in the drop area. Choose up to 2 energy and switch them to active mode. So, strong card.
You know what keeps messing me up is when I see life after playing Panini. It's like, oh, a mill one to do that? Sure, but it's not the same thing at all.
It's really not. I mean, you're paying 1 to untap 2, so and you can't do it in battle because it's activate main, so you have to do it after. I don't know.
I think it's still pretty good. This is the 6 cost Vegito we needed for the Patora earring, so you can search. It makes the Vegito deck a little better because you're playing Gokus and Vegetas and Patora earrings to get this guy. It gives you a way to force yourself to flip. Not that you don't have that with green and red already anyway. And then even aside from that, 25k double strike that you can cheat in the play. Sure, he's solid.
I get that, but now it goes back to what we've always discussed about how promos are needed, and this is pretty much telling me, kind of confirming that Bandai is not going away from this promo distribution system.
Right, because it feels like you need it in the Vegito deck because he's the ultimate target, I think, for the Patora earring.
Yep, and they want people to go into your LGS's play card games and to be rewarded. So, again, I just wish that either A, they would print promos out to oblivion because that would solve so many issues, or B, use the same distribution system that Panini did, which I loved it when they did this. When I requested promos, I would get promos for a month, just unpackaged, not sealed, and I was able to give stuff out. Players were always happy when I did that. I just wish they wouldn't go this route, but above, like people say, above my pay grade. So, and rant.
Fair.
Joyful Strike Goku Black Rose.
Question mark.
Rose. So, yeah. So, he's a 6-drop, 2 mandatory blue. He's a 25k, also a god. Double strike. When you play this card, if you leader card Samasu or Goku Black, you may inflict 2 damage to your life. If you do, choose up to 6 energy and switch them to active mode. Inflict 2 damage to your life, Tony. Would you do that?
Absolutely. If I'm playing this card, I'm going to be reserving as much damage as I can. But on 6, just blowing out, playing a 25k double strike, drawing 2, or probably pushing myself to flip, and then playing whatever else I have.
Because if you do that, he's free.
Yes, he is.
So, pretty. I like this card. Then again, going back to, like I said, the Goku Black arc, my favorite arc. So, can't wait to see that. Next one up, Determined Super Saiyan Son Gohan. He's a 4-drop, 2 mandatory green. He's has critical auto. When you play this card, choose it to one of your opponent battle cards and KO it.
Card's nuts.
Ridiculous, because you just no restrictions whatsoever. Just, hey, I don't like this 10-drop Majin Buu that you were able to summon. Here, KO it.
I don't like this Cell he cheated out on turn 3. I go to 4 and kill him. Cool, my hand's empty though. You know what I'm saying.
Yep.
But this is a promo. Like, you want this. If you're playing green, you want this card.
I want this card.
Like, part of the reason I play blue-green is to put in Beerus. This would just straight replace Beerus.
Agreed. Next one up, Chilling Terror, Android 17. He's a 3-drop, 1 mandatory green. He's a 15k permanent. If your leader card is an android, the opponent cannot draw cards when their leader card activates. Awaken. So, there's a lot of times where I've seen people combo Awaken and do stuff like that to just get the 2 cards. This just nullifies that. They can't draw those cards.
You can't get with the way the game's gonna go. There's going to be a lot of low turn removal. So they're just going to wait till their turn and kill him. On the upside, he's going to be a lightning rod. But I don't know if he's going to be worth it. Because it's not like a surprise. It's not like countering their Awaken. He's in play and they know it.
Yeah, but I mean, the simple fact that now they have to focus on this guy versus, you know, forget about what I'm doing because they're probably not going to want to awaken until they can draw those two cards. This game is about a card advantage, right? So if they can't get rid of this guy, maybe they might have to think about I have to awaken so that I'm up to that 15k mark. I'm low on life, but I have to do it. I'm not going to get my two cards, but I mean I like the card.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Goten's going to be like 3 or 4 in every deck because you have to stop Boo from evolving, you have to stop Goku and Vegeta from Patora Earring, you have to stop Cell from evolving. There's going to be Yajirobe that you're going to be trying to kill.
Yajirobe.
Yajirobe is so good.
So I like the card. So next one up, we have Occupation of Evil Frieza. He's a 4-drop, 2 mandatory yellow, 20k. He's double strike, activate main, place up to 2 yellow battle cards other than this card in your drop area. Choose up to 1 Golden Frieza, the Resurrected Terror, from your hand and evolve into this card. If you do so, draw 2 cards.
I really want this card, but it's a promo.
But can we talk about how nuts this is?
Yeah, it's nuts. You're going to cycle through 2 cards. You're going to play a 4 cost that's going to turn into normally a 7 cost.
And you replace the 2 cards you discarded?
Well, cycling, yeah. Discard and draw.
Sure, so for those of you who don't know, cycling, that's a magic term. So,
whatever.
But yeah,
man. Whatever, man.
Cards and that's I'm just maybe there's people who haven't played Magic.
Maybe I can finally do something with all my SPR Friezas. I use them for creature tokens in Magic right now.
Yeah, you do. It's pretty funny. Next one up, we have Ginyu, the Reliable Captain. He's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory yellow, permanent. All Ginyu in your hand evolve for 5, 3 yellow, 2 other color. Auto, when you play this card, choose any number of Ginyu Force from your hand other than Ginyu and play them.
This lets you just vomit your hand out.
This is crazy, right? Yeah, I mean, if you have everybody's Ginyu Force just comes out. So if you have 10 cards in your hand and 9 of them are Ginyu Force, play.
Can we talk about also playing Jace off this?
Oh, dude, hold on. I can only get so erect.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Plus all the Goldos are just going to tap down all their guys. Plus you can attack that turn.
This is ridiculous. Like, wow, yeah. Again, promos.
Yeah,
fun times.
Like, the deck was unplayable. This Ginyu makes it like so nuts. Because you can just sit there and be like, I'm not going to play them. Then I'm going to get up to 8 mana and then play and evolve him and you lose.
Pretty much. Yeah, I really, really like that card.
There's also the other one that has the whole Ginyu Force that I don't see here. But it says when he enters play, 5K's your board. I think he only costs like 3 or 4.
Something like that.
Was it over here? No, it's not over here either.
We'll find it.
Anyway.
So, next one up, and this next card you can obtain when you go to your LGS for the BCC Volume 2. No, actually, is this it? No, this is the wrong one. Am I mistaken?
This is the new Bardock version.
No, it is. It says it. Actually, it says it on the notes. Ability Unleash Ultimate Gohan. It's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory red. Auto, when this it's a Gohan Adolescence. When this card attacks, you may draw 1 card. If you did not draw a card with this skill, this card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. I like it because it gives you the option to pick one or the other, and it's very situational if you need it at that time.
Yeah, like not picking double strike because it'll put them down to 5 instead of down to 4.
Exactly.
This is also a good option for the Boo Absorb. If for whatever reason you don't happen to have the super rare either in your hand or own enough or whatever, this gives the Boo that power, and he has dual attack. So you can draw 2 cards, you can do 4 damage, you can split it up. This Gohan's very versatile. But again, promos. This was not as bad than a normal promo, but it still sucks.
Yep. And the last 4 we're going to talk about are the ones that if you pre-ordered, including from myself, from Bearded Collectibles, these are going to come in super dash packs. There's 4. There's a Vegito, there is a Goku, a Cell, and a Ginyu Force. So let's go through them because you're getting these cards for free, guys. While supplies last at your LGSs or Bearded Collectibles. So the first one, Vegito, here to stay, here to save the day. It's a 4-drop, 2 mandatory red, double strike permanent. If you don't have Son Gohan Adolescent, Son Goten, or Trunks Youth in your drop area, you can play this card from any area. When this card attacks, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, draw 2 cards, and this card gains 10k power for the duration of the turn.
So it actually says you have to have all of them in your discard pile, not just
exactly
any one of them.
Yes. Did I say or?
I think you said or.
Okay. Don't like this card, because...
But if he goes online, he's so nuts.
Yes. But it's forcing you to play cards that... I guess I just gotta lay out the cards and see what I have and what's gonna go into the deck before I make a determination. But I feel like you need too much to activate it.
So this wouldn't go into the Vegito deck. But you're already playing Goten, most likely. If you're playing red, we have 2 really good Son Gohans. So it's really just fitting in a Trunks. It has to be youth. If you have a green leader, that's your perfect card. We did it, boys.
Yeah.
Red-green.
I guess. So, next one up. Rapid Onslaught, Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku. He's a 5-drop, 1 mandatory blue. He's a 20k. Evolve for 3. 1 mandatory blue, 1 mandatory blue, 2 of any color onto a Son Goku. Double strike. Auto, when you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your life and place it in a drop area. If you do, this card gains critical.
He's only cool because he evolves for 3. But other than that, I don't think this card's very good.
I mean, it's cute if you play like in the Goku engine, but I mean, yeah.
That's double strike and critical. Let's back that up a second.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's pretty much 1 for 2 if it goes through.
Yes, but if you do it on turn 3, it's gonna be sweet.
Yes, agreed. Power Stealing Cell. He's a 5-drop, 1 mandatory green. He's a 20k, double strike. Auto, when you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, your opponent chooses a card in their hand and places in a drop area. The simple fact that you're able to get a life into your hand, right? Sure, so you take opponent damage, but it goes to you. And then your opponent has to choose a card from their hand and discard it. I think it's strong.
Yeah, they need a 20k double strike.
And he's a 5-drop, so... I mean, it's fair for what the auto does.
I think it's really powerful.
Last one we're going to talk about is Powerful Bond Ginyu Force. 4-drop, 2 mandatory yellow, 20k. Ginyu Force freezes army is his special trait. Permanent. This card has Ginyu, Jace, Birder, Raccoon, and Goldo in all areas. When you play or combo with this card, choose all of your Ginyu Force in the battle area. They gain 5k power for the duration of the turn. Then the auto skill of Powerful Bond Ginyu Force doesn't activate for the duration of the turn.
Really good. Now you have 2 promos you need to make the Ginyu Force deck good. And 1 is really limited to the dash packs. So I don't know what's going to happen after that's done.
That's a great question. Great question.
Well, these are the 2 cards that the Ginyu Force deck I think needed to be competitive. I think it could actually be relevant.
I can't wait to see it in foil.
Yeah, it's going to look sick.
So nice. Because you have all 5 Ginyu Force just like making their... in their Ginyu Force stance of when they show off, so pretty interesting.
I like it's all the arts from the actual cards in the game too.
Yes, agreed with that.
Goldo is not doing his pose.
True. So I know we originally we talked about the set red cards, the set 2 red cards. We talked about the promos and even the dash pack promos. Store championships, right? Yesterday, Saturday, the 21st was the first time people were able to host store championships. We did it at Bearded Collectibles. 34 players showed up. One person won. Congrats to Roger. He's our Bearded Collectibles store champion. I shared out the picture because it was very, very funny. I was trying to get a picture of him by himself, and Dan was wanting to be in it because Dan, he went undefeated in Swiss and lost in Top Cut, and Jesus was just being Jesus. So I modified the picture, gave Roger a beard because he needs a beard. Just thought it was pretty funny. And I'm actually pretty amazed on the amount of people that showed up for the store championship. 34 people showed up today. I know Mr. Waffles, Aaron, is hosting one up in New York, and I believe 39 people showed up for that one. So I wonder if Store Championship is pulling a big crowd, yes, but I'm wondering, is it because of the set 2 packs that we received?
Probably.
I mean, people like to get stuff early, right?
Unfortunately, like if you look on eBay, I'm sure a lot of the cards are way more expensive than they need to be.
Yes. So 2 things. One, if your LGS opened up any packs and did not give out any packs to people who played, let us know. Your LGS is a scumbag if they did so. I had these packs for about a week, right? In my car, and you know the temptation I had to just oh
one,
man, just one. But no, I just stroked my beard with it. I was doing it during the championship too. Struck my beard with the card, with the packs and handing them out, and people, I recorded everything. That should be going up soon. It sucks because I thought I hit record and I missed the first 2 pack openings. When people were getting their packs, and the second pack was open with the SPR cooler, and it sucked because I didn't get that one. So it's neither here nor there. I had fun. People had fun. I also gave out the certificates. Everybody, I did top 32, or was it 38 players that showed up? I don't remember.
32.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I said 34 earlier. 38 showed up to the Bearded Collectibles tournament. Top 32 got 1 pack each. Of course, I included price support as well because I got the stuff for free, so I'm not going to count that towards, entry per se. But I wish we would have gotten a bigger kit for that. Top 8 got sleeves, and top 2 got the certificates. Roger won the gold certificate. Trey won the silver one. Trey came in second. Congrats to both of those guys. Roger also got the golden pop, the golden Goku pop that I got from PNZ. I still have a few left over at my store. Those were from a distributor that sent me those items when PNZ was around, and I pre-ordered so much from them. And as well, Roger got 24 packs. Literally a box of any set he wants.
So set 2.
Pretty much. For winning the tournament. That's what the price payout came out to. I wanted to congratulate the champion. The champion gets a box. So
We did it.
he did it. I was very, very proud of him for playing the way he did. Do you know who he used, Tony?
Frieza.
A Gohan.
Oh, nice.
I know. It's funny because I was going around, I was seeing what everybody was playing, but for whatever reason, it didn't click to me that he was running Gohan. So I'm happy for him that he won. So let's talk about the stuff that was shown over the weekend, right? Some of the stuff that came out. I don't know. So let's start off with this, right? There was a Restless Spirit Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta that was missing from the blue list. He's a 4-drop, 2 mandatory blue. He's a 20k, double strike, auto. When you play this card, reveal 1 card from the bottom of your deck. If that card is Trunks' future, with the energy cost 3 or less, play that card and negate its activate skill for the duration of the game. If it is any other card, place it at the bottom of your deck. I don't even like this card.
The card combos with the shitty triple blue Trunks that you made fun of when we went over the blue cards. So
yes.
You can bottom the Trunks and play. This is so bad. So bad.
I don't. Yeah,
Like it's a
no,
Christmas miracle combo that doesn't even do very much.
no. I just don't like it.
Lets you play
Don't like
Vegeta
it.
for free is the short and negate your trunks.
I mean, well, anytime you. So I have an issue when a card says a card comes out to play and it negates its skill for the rest of the game. That's to me that's hot garbage, right? I don't like that because now you got to remember, and your opponent also has to remember that the skill is negated. So I just any vanilla cards or anytime you get to negate your own effects, they're not going in my decks.
It's got to do something a lot more than this, at least.
Yes, like something ridiculous. I mean, and it's a special rare, I believe, right? Yeah,
Is it really? This is SR.
this is an SR.
Well, let's back it up. No, it's 3 cost or less. I was gonna say this would be super cool if we played it in like the trunks package deck. You had a bunch of different trunks, like the 6 cost I want to talk about because we didn't talk about last week, or did we talk about last week? I'm just too excited about it.
Which 6 cost? The one that. Oh, let me
Sword
link
one.
you that one. Oh, yeah, but I mean,
But it can't hit that one. Has to be a 3
I mean,
cost or less.
I get that, but I just don't like negating stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Where is this picture?
And it's like such a rare hit too. Like he has to be my bottom card.
Yeah, so here we go. So I send you that picture. So the six drop trunks, right? 6 drop, 2 blue mandatory, has evolved for 5 2 blue permanent. If both Son Goku and Vegeta are in your battle area or drop area, this card gains triple strike auto. When this card attacks or is attacked, choose up to 1 blue battle card in your drop area and combo with it. It's a 25k. This card is ridiculous, right? You're probably thinking, oh, yeah, I can pick just any random card. No, you pick Piccolo. Every single time you pick Pickles.
That's not true. You don't pick
What?
Pickles because you can also pick Gohan to put him in play.
You're right.
That's not a bad choice. It's probably always going to be Pickles, but that's also not a bad choice.
Absolutely right. 95% of the time it's going to be Pickles. By the way, Piccolo I call Pickles. It just always stuck with me. So the card is nuts. It's ridiculous. The art looks beautiful. Somebody pulled it at my store championship. I saw the foiling. It's a beautiful card. So another one that somebody pulled was the 7. Did we talk about this one? The Perfect Cell.
Is this picture from the store?
Yeah.
Nice. Who got the trunks?
I don't remember.
What a bitch.
Dude, so many things were happening yesterday. It's crazy. So 7 drop, 2 green mandatory, perfect for Cell. He's evolved for 6, 2 blue or 2 green mandatory double strike. He's a 30k auto. When you play this card, if your leader card is an android, your opponent must choose cards in their hand until there are only 3 remaining and place the chosen cards in the drop area. This just like anybody who plays Vegeta, if you don't kill like your android decks, and this is why one of the decks I'm going to be building is android. If you don't kill him by turn 7 or 8, and you see this card, you just got screwed because I know you're probably saving up all your cards to try to go out one last time, typical Vegeta, and you just got shit on, right? Because now you have to discard. You got to discard everything until you have 3 left. Tell me, this is ridiculous. Like this card is awesome.
Gonna have a bad time.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And somebody pulled the cooler core. I know we talked about that during the yellow one, but somebody pulled the SPR Beer collectibles, which looks pretty nice. But somebody mentioned.
Oh, you can play Cell on turn 2. Yay.
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
So if you're playing Cell Leader, you can play the Cell Field, lowers your Cell by 1. Then on turn 2, you play the 3 cost Cell to get the 5 cost Cell, and the 5 cost Cell to get him. So on your turn 2, perfect hand, you can have this Cell out and blow their hand up. On turn 2.
Does it say? But the one that who fetches the bigger cell is a 6 or less?
Nope. It just says the 3 cost Cell says 5 or less. The 5 cost Cell just says Cell.
Ooh, Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be awesome. Awesome day. Awesome day. So pretty nuts with that. Let's talk about these next spoilers. Right, I know we're at minute 10, so this is probably gonna be our longest episode yet. But one of the other things, unfortunately, that was not pulled at Bearded Collectibles was this Vegito. Right, Ultimate Force Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. He's a 10 drop, 3 mandatory blue. Union Patora for 5. Sun, 5 red. 5 red for Union Patora. Son Goku and Vegeta, and then you place it on top of them, right? Ultimate. You may only include one copy of this card with Ultimate in your deck. Oh, you can only include one copy of a card with Ultimate in your deck. Triple attack, triple strike. He's a 40k. So you're never going to play him for the 10 drop. You're always going to play him for the 5 drop red, right?
Yes, you are.
Now people yesterday were like, oh, this card is broken. This card is, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's broken. The card is nuts. But there's also a card that can. There's a few cards. Well, one particularly that was shown in green that can get rid of this card. That one too. That one too. Now
you're dead.
Yes, Yajirobe. What is this card's name? I always forget what it's called. Which I wish. I wish that. Yeah, I wish it said. What? I wish it said activate battle, but it says activate main. Choose up to one of your opponent's cards. With an energy cost larger than equal to the amount. Wait, what does it say? Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost larger than or equal to the opponent's amount of total energy and KO it. It's a 1 drop. So if you live after them swinging at you, you can just play this and kill it.
Yeah, it's also cool? Father Son Kamehameha and decks that play super rare Rose.
Why is that?
Because you blow up their energies and then you break their guy.
Oh. Yes. So the card looks beautiful. The card looks nuts. I do like how they're introducing Ultimate into the game. So let's talk about prices for that. Since everybody really only needs one, no one needs a playset, I can see this card topping at probably $20 to $30 max, if that.
It really depends on the pull rate, honestly.
It's true, because we don't know the pull rate yet. I will let everybody know pull rates when I get product, because I'm a store, I get product early. I'm gonna be cracking stuff and arranging stuff and prepping shipping, and so it's gonna be ridiculous. But I'll let everybody know pull rates. Now, draft boxes, right? 2 liters were spoiled. I don't know how somebody got these images. Supposedly came from a distributor. I'm still looking to confirm that. One of the things, it's interesting because on the original item that I received for the draft boxes, it said that 1 liter per. What did it say? 1 liter, 1 of each liter in the box, right? So that means 4 liters. But the image that was shown has multiple liters, like in a sealed clear plastic. Like if you see your store owner when they open up like the BCC Bardocks to give out in that same plastic, but this one has multiple inside. So if this is the case, then that means draft boxes have 4 of each liter.
No, dude. I think it's gonna have. Well, hold on.
Well, look at the picture.
No, I see what you're saying. But I'm looking at the Go tanks, and this one I see 1, 2, 3, 4. But on the back, I only see 1.
Well, he probably squished them up. I mean, you can tell there's a difference. Like if you look at the bottom.
Nope, you're right. Because the Frieza, you can tell.
Yeah, you can see them layered. So
my guess on this is that the draft boxes are gonna make me not happy. And when you buy a draft box, everyone's getting the same liter.
So correct. It means 1 of 2 things. 1, each draft box is going to be different in reference to the liter. So you may have 1 draft box that has 4 copies, but they're all either Gotenks or Frieza,
Or the other two.
I don't remember at this point. The other two are. Where's
Oh
that's?
yeah, you can see them.
I thought they were mentioned.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, because I'm only going based off what I know off the internet, not what I know. Never mind. So
Don't be a bitch.
I can't say anything. So I one thing for sure, I don't know this. I don't know if it's going to be four of one 4-pack in each box. So that means you technically need to draft with 4 people to get all 4 leaders, or if they're that's probably going to be the case. And we said that earlier. We didn't know that, and that's what the evidence is showing, right? So,
Yeah.
but let's talk about this Gotenks. Gotenks, he's a leader auto. When this card attacks your opponent leader, if you have less cards in your hand than your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it in the drop area. Awaken was a 4 or less. He's a 10k on the front. On the back is when this card attacks. Oh, he does the same thing on the back too. When he attacks, draw a card. He's a 15k on the back.
This card really you want to play in the red-green minimum hand deck. It kind of lets you catch up a little bit by having a small hand. We'll have to see how he plays out. He doesn't really look spectacular. What I like him over Broly, though, is that, for one, I can't screw myself on the backside with the breaking battle card, and I never have to have a Broly's ring out.
Yep.
Alternately, you can have 10 cards, and Broly can still make you discard.
So true. So true. So the other one that was spoiled is Frieza, right? This is the one people are talking about. Frieza on the front obviously is a 10k, but the permanent, when you activate an extra card, you may choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, reduce the energy cost of that extra card by 1 for the duration of the turn. If this reduces the energy cost of that extra card to be less than 1, you may activate the card without paying a specified cost. When you're at 4 or less, you may flip, draw 2 cards. On the back, he becomes a 15k. I do like that it's the Bionic Strike Mecha Frieza on the back. I like that picture. Reminds me of Trunks when he slices them.
Right before he wrecks his shit?
Yeah. On the back, it says the same thing, right?
No, now it says 2.
No, by 2. So when you activate the extra card, you may choose 1 card in your life, add it to your hand. If you do, reduce the energy cost of that extra card by 2 for the duration of the turn. If this reduces the energy cost of the extra card to less than 1, you may activate it without paying its cost. When you attack, draw a card.
Pretty good, kid.
Guys, the set 2, excluding the promos, you need the promos for the set 2, right? Like, it's... We all know, if you listen to the podcast, promos, how we feel about promos, how I feel about when stuff says winner across it. All I can do is share my opinions with Bandai. Hopefully they listen. If they don't, I'm still going to play the game. I'm excited. I'm excited regardless of what happens. Dragon Ball, it's my favorite. I watch it almost as much as I watch Futurama in the shop. Tony can attest to that, or anybody else can, because I usually have Futurama or Dragon Ball at the shop on.
It's true.
No Boondocks Khalid, if you ever listen to my podcast.
And he refuses to watch My Hero Academia. Maybe we can get somebody to change his mind.
I'm just waiting. I like to dive into a new anime or series once there are a few seasons in, so I can just splurge through and then get my fix, right? Because I hate waiting every single week like we're doing with Super. I hate it. But
There's like 40 episodes right now. Some anime aren't even that long.
True. So this weekend coming up, guys, it is a sneak peek event. I'm receiving a kit at Bearded Collectibles. Your LGSs, if they sign up for it, should also get sneak peek kits. 28th and the 29th, I believe there are only 2 days that they can be run. Contact your LGSs because I believe they're going to be capped, because a distributor called me last week and said, hey, you got a sneak peek event. I was like, cool, fantastic. He was like, you can get up to 6 boxes of the set too. How many do you want? I said, 12? No. He's like, you can only get 6. I'm like, I know, but maybe you would have put in 12 just because it's me? He said he couldn't do that, so...
Doesn't hurt to ask.
I know, so... He also asked about a few other things I can't discuss at the moment until your LGS has received them. But it's interesting because so Bandai sent out the tracking information email. We got tracking numbers first. Something they're sending to us is going to get here before the weekend for this sneak peek event. But then I'm also going to get booster boxes from my distributor. So why is this important, right? The leaks from the draft box pools, I don't know where they came. I think they may have come from these kits. I can't... I don't know where you got these. Like, I don't know how these images got spoiled so early. Because one, I know for a fact, no distributor has draft boxes in their possession. So they say. Usually, both my reps are very straightforward when they receive stuff. Two, we're receiving kits that some people receive earlier than others. Because it's just they're shipping everything from Japan. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I just wish they would, like with the, if you ever apply for the demo decks, they all came from Texas. And three, I have a high suspicion that something else is going on. Like, there's certain things Bandai can talk to me about and cannot, and this is one of the things they can't. So we just have to wait until the weekend to see. At Bearded Collectibles, I believe the cap is, I want to say 32 for really any LGS. So stay tuned, guys. If you're local to the Central Florida area, I'm gonna have to put a pre-registration on the website beardedcollectibles.com because I don't want people to show up and not be pre-registered, and then pretty much you just spend your time and money driving. Depends on where you drive from. I have a guy that drives up from, I believe, like West Palm Beach area. He drove up this weekend again for the store championship. I was very surprised.
It is not a short drive.
It's not a short drive. So that's dedication, guys. Dragon Ball is here to stay. I just, there's a few things in the works, guys, that especially here at Bearded we're trying to accomplish. So bear with us. There's also a few things I believe that's coming down the pipes. I'm excited for it. Guys, I mean, those of you who play other games, the hype is real for Dragon Ball. If you're listening, if you're a first time listener, thank you. Hopefully we satisfied your need or your urge to have a podcast, to need a podcast in your life. But
also, if you're a first time listener, maybe start on the first episode, not 11 in.
11 in, Tony. We did 11. Next week is 12. We'll have more information about the sneak peek stuff because we would have already done it. We were going to have more information about what I'm actually receiving. Because, Tony, let me tell you this. Like, I did the math, and I'm receiving literally over a ton of products if everything comes through. I never received a ton of product, like literally a ton.
Metric ton.
I hope UPS does not think I have a dollar, like something to take this crate off. So I hope they come prepared because I don't have like a receiving area with a forklift.
Good luck, bro.
Hey, I'm taking a day off. I'm taking like 3 days off.
You better buy yourself a back brace.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. So, Tony, do you got any final words before we close out this podcast?
No, actually, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with the meta. I'm pretty worried about how fast the game's gonna be. Maybe it'll give us a final answer on best of 3, best of 1. And a lot of decks are gonna have to run a bunch of removal. Like, you're gonna have to run removal.
But as somebody who comes from Magic, aren't you happy that they're trying to make it best of 3?
Yeah, as someone who likes Magic, I hate playing against mono red every game. So if all of our decks are see how quick we can play our combo, it's gonna be rough.
You're right. Or see how quickly somebody can purchase the promos off of eBay or TCG.
I really don't like that about this game, but I've said that 100 times.
Yeah. It is what it is, guys. Anything else, Tony?
That's it.
Guys, is Bearded Collectibles. Remember, support your LGSs. That is where you play. That is where you spend time with. Your local community is really what defines your local area. If your LGS does not want to support your local scene, try to talk to them. Tell them that see if you can do like a small investment. Do something like pre-order stuff or try to run an event. support your LGSs. Otherwise, support the beard. The beard loves you. Grow them out, guys, your beards. And stay tuned for next week. Can't wait. Have a good one, nice, and good night.
Good night.